After Norway, the next stop for Russian forces is the UK. That's why it's key that we have a presence here.
The message to Russia: NATO is in the Arctic and prepared.
We're present. They know we are. Readiness is my middle name.
It's been decades since this NATO maritime group have deployed this high north in the Arctic. The alliance is keen to show Russia they can operate here, and so far, it seems to be working.
We keep a lookout, they keep a lookout, but the interaction has been very professional.
A region rich in oil and gas resources and a site of potential nuclear confrontation. For many years, the Arctic was a region of relative peace and cooperation between Russia and the West. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 has seen the security dynamics change in this region, isolating Russia from the West and pushing Finland and Sweden to join NATO, meaning 7 of the 8 Arctic nations are now NATO members. Russia has been building up its military presence in the area in the name of defending its borders and using the Arctic as a testing ground for missile systems they would use in Ukraine. The High North is a growing area of importance for NATO, with Russia controlling over half of the Arctic's coastline, 24,000 kilometres. On this deployment, the Maritime Group have gotten 100 nautical miles from Russian territory. We've come to the Arctic to join standing NATO Maritime Group 1. Whether it's warfare, reconnaissance or rescuing, these NATO vessels are ready to react to developments at sea in the NATO area. If a Russian attack took place here, they'd be one of the first to respond.
Obviously, we're very much looking at what Russia is doing. You're talking about aggression, you're specifically talking about the situation in Ukraine. Obviously, we are concerned, and that is something we're ready for.
What we call the Greenland-Iceland-UK gap is basically the gateway for Russian forces to enter the Atlantic and for their submarine force as well to enter the Atlantic. After Norway, the next stop for Russian forces is the UK. So that's why it's key that we have a presence here, why we have the ability to operate here.
What impact does NATO being here in the High North have on Russia, given the war they're fighting in Ukraine at the moment?
Well, it just gives them a dilemma to think about of us operating next to them, which we have every right to do. And of course, it's in the backyard of one of our main NATO partners, Norway.
We keep a lookout, they keep a lookout, but the interaction has been very professional. I think their numbers are down a bit. We used to see more activity. My guess is that all the stuff they're doing has them a bit stretched.
If NATO vessels were to come under attack, the crews would need to manoeuvre the vessels into various formations quickly and accurately. It's what's being practiced here with the Maritime Group's current flagship, the Dutch HNLMS De Rutia, along with NATO allies Germany and Portugal, highlighting communication is vital.
If there are any threats coming our direction, like incoming missiles, we need to train ourselves in taking station very quickly to defend the other vessels. And in the scenario that one of the missiles has struck another vessel and they are damaged and are not able to use their own defense systems, we come in to help them out and defend their units.
Power Tango, this is Power Foxtrot November, Flash, Emergency Bravo.
The tactical operator translates that in like a signal code and pushes it to the other vessels. Then he writes it down on the window, and then the whole bridge team knows what we need to do. And then 1 or 2 minutes later, we will execute the formation.
If attacked, this flagship has several layers of defence it can choose from. The last resort is their close-in weapon system, the goalkeeper.
So if a missile is coming at us, this goalkeeper can take out the missile. So it is for anti-air warfare, and it's also for taking out surface targets. If there's a drone coming close by and we detect it as an enemy drone, we can use the goalkeeper as well, if it's a big drone, to take out the drone. And here we have our torpedoes. The orange one is like the dummy torpedo. We use this one for training and exercises. And these torpedoes are for anti-submarine warfare. That's what we use them for. So this is our harpoon system. We use them for anti-ship warfare. So this is really like an attack missile. We have 4 on each side, so starboard side 4 and port side 4. And these are really like for our attack system, one of our attack system, weapon systems on board. Yeah, we're now going to go to the vertical launching system. This is where our missiles are placed. These are for surface-to-air missiles. This is our vertical launching system. We have 5 modules. Each module has 8 canisters. We use this for to take out incoming missiles or incoming aircrafts, and we can load them with the standard missile 2. This is for a longer range, or you can load them with the ESSM, and this is for shorter range missiles. This is an American system. So this means this is also like on American frigates. And we can also launch Tomahawk missiles in it. We tested it like in the beginning of this year. So this ship could be equipped with Tomahawk missiles in the future. So up there, you can't see it pretty good, but over there is our radar, APAR, active phase array radar. And we use this radar to guide our missiles to our enemy target. That's what we use this radar for. This radar can also do like surface search. It can also do it, so it can do like multiple functions at the same time. It's a really evolved radar we have.
It's not just threats on the surface to be aware of. The underwater infrastructure such as undersea cables and pipelines are essential for defence and security, and are increasingly vulnerable to sabotage.
So we want to make sure that nations can protect their infrastructure. That's really important. You may know communications don't necessarily always go by satellite. You know, if you want to talk to America or whichever country, chances are it's going to go underneath the sea using undersea cables. So to have that infrastructure threatened, we need to make sure that all nations can keep their infrastructure intact.
Equipped with a 360-degree radar, the NH-90 helicopter plays a key part in anti-submarine warfare.
As a helicopter crew, we fully integrate with the ship that we deploy on. So as part of the Ruiter, the flagship of the SNMG-1 at this time, we're just an integral part of that. You can see 360 degrees, and we also got electronic warfare systems, so we can pretty much make a comprehensive picture of everything that's happening on the sea. When we are looking for submarines, we can use sonar buoys, which are pretty much small sonars that we can throw in the water, or use our own organic dipping sonar, which is pretty much a beefed up version of it. So even in bad conditions or at night, we can supply them with pictures or, pictures, a situational awareness of the surroundings.
Being a defensive organisation, it's made clear the NATO Maritime Group are here to prevent any scenario where weapons would be used. Rather, they act as a deterrence in an increasingly tense region, where climate change is opening up new routes and where collective security is vital.
Maritime Group 1, we're more or less a plug-and-play asset. If anything happens here, at the moment you just see 3 ships, but if anything happens here, there'll probably be 12 or more.
If there was going to be attack from Russia, what would your estimation be it would look like?
I don't think I'm going to answer that. I know that because obviously we've been having exercises and we've been planning, but I'm not going to let you look into my cards.
Sophie Kakianis, BFBS Forces News, the Arctic. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.